So I went to San Diego for a wedding a few weeks back. Got there a few days early, went out to dinner, Phil's barbecue, coming home after the football game, and I'm hearing this noise. I'm like, what's that noise? And people at the hotel are like, oh, that's dogs. I'm like, that's not dogs. They're like, oh, that's the individuals who run San Diego. I'm like, who runs San Diego? Democrats? No. Republicans? No. I'm like, the military? No. Drug cartels? No. I'm like, then who runs San Diego? They're like, SEALs. I'm like, SEALs? SEALs run San Diego. I'm like, yeah. Look. So I go out there, and of course it's SEALs. And who has the best property in San Diego? It's SEALs. If you look downtown Shelter Island, or La Jolla, the closer to the water you are, the more expensive, the more you're in charge. And who's always the closest to the water is SEALs. And then, do you know that the SEALs in Shelter Island, they live next to the Harbor Police? I always wondered, why do they need a Harbor Police? Harbor Police is the SEALs' private security force. It's taxpayer funded. I'm like, damn, they really do run San Diego. So I'm like, okay, I can live with that. Then I'm like, and if you've been in La Jolla, you like downwind, and you're like, what's that smell? People are like, oh, the SEALs been partying again. I'm like, that's nasty. They're like, no, that's nature. I'm like, no, that's nasty. Can you smell that? But no one does anything. They try to get the SEALs to clean up after themselves, and then what the SEALs do? They got a high-priced law firm, taxpayer dollars again, to defend their rights to party on the beach and leave a mess. A stinky mess as it is. So I'm like, wow, these SEALs are in charge. So I could live with that. But it's getting late, and when you go to sleep, and they're playing all this rap music. I wanted them to calm down. Or turn it down. So I go down there, and I'm like, can you guys stop? And they just looked at me. They started with the music. Kept going. All of a sudden you can hear it. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but I never seen her with a I'm like, wait a minute, what? Then next thing you know, they do it again. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but I never seen her with a I'm like, you all SEALs know you can't rap? That's not how the song goes. Next thing you know, the Harbor Police come out. Of course, the SEALs, taxpayer-funded security force. They're like, what are you doing here? Your type of people aren't supposed to be here. And I'm like, what do you mean, your type of people? He's like, you know what I mean. Your type of people are not supposed to be here. I'm like, oh, so you're saying I gotta go because I'm black? Harbor Police is like, yeah. I'm like, well, why did the SEAL get to stay? The SEAL's black. They're like, well, because the SEALs are in charge of San Diego. This is SEAL territory. I'm like, and so they can play their rap music as long as they want? Yes, and as loud as they want too, the officer says to me. So I'm like, well, why don't you, it's a weeknight. Can you get them to turn it down? So he goes over to the SEALs, and all of a sudden I'm like, and they're going, back and forth. He's like, okay, they've agreed to turn it down. I'm like, you speak SEAL? He's like, yeah, I learned it. How'd you learn to speak SEAL? Officer's like, oh, tuition reimbursement from the Harbor Police. So not only do the SEALs have a taxpayer-funded security force, this security force gets classes paid for by the good citizens of San Diego County, so these officers can learn how to speak SEAL. Can't speak Spanish, but you sure can speak SEAL, huh? He's like, yeah, you got a problem with that? I'm like, no. So then I go to bed, and I wake up the next morning. Security's there at the hotel. They're like, I heard you had a problem last night. I'm like, yeah, them SEALs, they're loud, and they really don't know the words to gold digger. They're like, okay, the SEALs are in San Diego. The next time you bother the SEALs, we're going to have to ask you to leave the property. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, what? The SEALs are partying, making a mess in the middle of the weeknight, and I'm the problem? Yes, we got reports from the harbor police. Oh, you mean the SEALs taxpayer-funded private security force? Yes, you don't think they're biased? Well, they're biased, but that's their job. So, needless to say, you know, next time have to go back to San Diego now because of these damn SEALs, I have to apply for a visa. And I'm a citizen. Most people, you apply for a visa to fly to a foreign country, but no, now because I had the audacity to stand up to the SEALs and criticize their rapping, I'm the problem. And please do not send me any protest letters or report me to YouTube or Instagram because I'm harassing the SEALs. I was just expressing my rights. And those SEALs are loud, they're smelly, and they can't rap.